you could count on one hand how many times
Right.
they saw me run. Now that wasn't because they didn't want to. It was because they knew that I didn't really need them to be involved.
Mm.
And they never, they weren't involved. And it freed me up to be me when I was with my family. My motivation came from within. And I think I was very fortunate to have that. I didn't feel I had to prove anything to my parents. And I realize now that although my father felt he should have got involved more, I thank him for that. And I did thank him for that.
Yeah.
Because without knowing, he freed me to take accountability for my career rather than try and do it for him, and I think that was great.
Yeah, there's a real running theme with a lot of people that have been
Yeah,
on the show, like the people that have definitely in sort of inverted commas made it in their sport and had success. The parental guidance has been minimal and the
really.
expectation has been, it's a real theme. And I can even just see in my journey, I'm sure you maybe saw in yours, where there isn't a parent that's heavily involved, and how pressured that becomes sometimes for that person. It's just
Yes.
the expectation. You just see them like seize up. And very similar to me, but my parents didn't come to, again, I'll probably count on only two hands like the amount of games they really, I can like remember them being in the crowd and stuff like that. And even the days when they were there, there's just this like little added thing that's on there that I didn't need. Like, I didn't really need it, but it was there.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Didn't
massive, but it's like, oh, is that just
I,
a
I
going to
didn't want
change a
mine there.
decision? Yeah,
I
right.
didn't want My parents did go to the Barcelona Olympics. I didn't want them there.
Yeah,
Just the thought of them being there was not a good thing for me. I didn't want to have to think about anybody or anything outside of what I was doing.
yeah. I think for parents, I'm not a parent. I don't have a, like I've said, I don't have a horse in that race right now. So, but I have been a son, and I can
Yeah.
always tell that, like, I know, and even when I see like young athletes now where their parents are in every conversation, they're in every moment of that young person's upbringing in their sport, they're robbing them of their autonomy and that intrinsic motivation that you can self-drive yourself. And when they rob them of that, like when shit hits the fan and you've actually got to make some decisions later on, that it's really hard. Like, because
Yeah.
you're looking at the sidelines going, what should I do?
Yeah.
Help me, help me. Whereas if you've got that self drive, you're making decisions. Doesn't mean you're going to get everything right. Doesn't mean you're going to get it right. It's
And also, I turned to, other people. Not I turned to my coach at the time. Coaches at the time. Chris Akabusi was and still is a confidant of mine. I would always, ask Daley Thompson for an opinion. And
mm,
it wasn't my parents were the last people I was going to talk to. But that's me. I mean, some parent athlete relationships are fantastic, and we're all different, right? There's no one set way. But I think the important thing is for the athlete to understand, what is the best way for me to be motivated, what works for me. And for some, they need their parents with them because I feel more confident. And for others, actually, I just need to be left alone. And I think my parents, certainly my dad, whether he knew it or not, and I think he must have done. I think he realised that I didn't need him around to motivate me. I just needed him there.